Good morning, everybody. This is our astrology weather forecast for the momentous day of July 7th, 2025. And we have Uranus coming into Gemini until November 7th. This is a big deal. So, we've had people gathering for the revolution. We've had the audience building. The numbers have been growing. It is when Uranus is in Gemini that we have a major breakthrough or upheaval in mass consciousness when it comes to understanding what something is or what the nature of what something is. The facts are a jumble. And the more we are unclear within ourselves about what's what, because we're disconnected from the ultimate source, the more we are in danger of placing our faith unjustifiably outside of ourselves, and particularly in emerging networks and technologies. There's a lot to talk about. I mean, it's only a mass awakening in cognition and consciousness. That's all. And it's at the same time that we have these momentous transits of Saturn and Neptune at that very first degree of Neptune, which I mean, it's only, it's the end of a 2,000-year cycle and the beginning of a new 2,000-year era going into the age of Aquarius. So we've got good aspects going on when you look at the small picture. I'm talking more about the big picture today, but let's look within that big cycle and see what does today bring. Pretty good stuff. We've had the last couple of days of really good social and romantic personal transits. Venus has been an excellent aspect to Saturn and Neptune, still is in that nice sextile. And now, excuse me, it comes into this full trine to Pluto. This is excellent because it means that we are more fully able to identify what's meaningful, what we value, what we really want to focus on, what we want to narrow our focus on when it comes to what we prefer. What do we value? What pleases us? What are we in alignment with when it comes to our aesthetics, our values on all levels concerning Pluto? What do we want to invest in? Saturn, what do we want to commit to? Neptune, what is our ideal? What do we want to ground? What is our romantic fantasy that we would like to be able to create into a reality if we play our cards right? So there's good stuff still going on here with Venus, and we can enjoy another day of harmony. It's nice that that is there as a backdrop or as a breeze to this serious amount of revolution and this release of tension that we're going to see this month with Uranus going through Gemini. We have a minor hard aspect between Mars and Chiron, which can encourage us to take things personally and to often find the more negative or gnarly or self-deprecating interpretation in what's happening. It's lessened because we do have good stuff going on with Venus. So there's less overt disruption when it comes to our relationships, communications. We are likely to be able to achieve the kind of harmony that we're looking for, but we may have to subdue some of our personal negative interpretations or spend some effort, spend some energy aligning with a more truthful interpretation that doesn't come from our own projection of our personal weaknesses. So don't react to your perceptions of yourself today, your negative perceptions of yourself, because you reveal what you really think of yourself. So the last time that we had Uranus and Gemini that coincided with World War II, the cycle before that, it coincided with the Civil War. Cycle before that, it coincided with the Revolutionary War. There is a global ripple that we experience, this global tension that is released when it comes to opinions and the smaller mind, that being broken through. And this also, I mean, this is changes in thinking and ideology that comes on the heels of Uranus always transiting through Taurus, which has us looking at values, resources, what's mine and yours, physical property. It's a complex transit of Uranus through Gemini. It really rewires our thinking. It rewires trade. It rewires how we communicate in a regular way, daily types of communication and thinking. What we consider to be normal, what occurs in a smaller, normal circuit. That's the everyday. We're grounding throughout this period of time, 7, 8 year period of time. We are grounding this massive revolution in technology to where at the end of it, it will become more normal, um, concrete, regular, expected. So when we'll look back in a very short period of time, we won't be able to remember our life or remember it as well without these particular leaps, these particular new ideas of normalcy. Uranus and Gemini makes more available to the common person. Huge revolution in robotics, artificial intelligence, technologies that can serve to improve our everyday life. And it also disrupts systems that empower certain groups or certain elites or certain factions and leave out the common, the populations at large, what is considered regular, or the body of a political or cultural system. So that with Saturn and Neptune at those very first degrees of Aries, which we have not seen, it's a point of no return when it comes to revolutionary changes that rewire what we believe is real, what's possible. We figure out how to empower ourselves and disempower what isn't good for us through our thinking, cognition. So rather than fighting tooth and nail or physically, it's a mental fight. It's a fight for our brain. It's a fight for our own logic, our own ability to think and interpret and understand what's real. So it's a pretty big day. And it will be a very tension-filled month because there is a lot going on in terms of incoming and outgoing tides. You have to look at Uranus and Gemini as a wave that's coming in full force. It's crashing on the beach at the same time that we have Neptune and Saturn backing up and going retrograde and going back into Pisces. So you have to look at this like a wave where the top of it is crashing onto the shore, but there's this heavy, heavy, heavy undertow, this pull back out to sea at the same time. It's this shearing, tearing, splitting that's happening here. So look towards abundance, look towards possibility, look towards grounding the new paradigm rather than drowning in the old, outgoing, ill-informed, small, so over ways of thinking and interpreting and being. If that's what you're committed to, you're going out with the old wave. We're drowning again in the illusions of Pisces because we're committed to old systems and we're trying to resurrect what is clearly not working. Commit yourself to the truth, not to false sources of security. This is a call towards personal freedom. And this is all fueling the collective ascension, the collective revolution in consciousness and in awareness. So it's a big old present from the universe in terms of personal breakthroughs that translate to world breakthroughs so that we can responsibly, compassionately use, guide, understand, and connect with each other through technology, facilitate our humanity through technology rather than give up our power to technology because we see it as greater than us. We're some kind of God and we forget that we are the creator. Have a good day.